Welcome to your new home for football, where you'll get real international coverage from real football fans. We're talking Brighton, England, Birmingham, England, London, England, Glasgow, Scotland, Dublin, Ireland, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and St. Louis, Missouri. You'll get coverage from all the big time leagues. Join in on live day match watch-alongs. Enjoy live football debates. Nothing but all things football. Catch us live 8 PM UK time on Thursdays on all major platforms, or listen to us the next day on the Sports Social Podcast Network. This is Football Nation, your home for all things football.
Hey guys, this is Football Nation, your home for all things football. We've got a big game today. I'm joined by my co-host Boom. How are you, mate?
Hello, I'm back again for another watch along, everyone.
Yeah,
But this one is more closer to my heart in Manchester United.
So we've got Manchester United versus Barcelona at the Nou Camp. It's going to be a cracking game, Boom. I think two teams who are really on form at the moment.
Exactly, and a sold-out Nou Camp according to Barcelona.
Sold-out Nou Camp, yeah. I'm looking forward to this one. We'll go through the teams. I'll let you start.
Yeah, we got Ter Stegen, Koundé, Araujo, Alonso, Alba, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Kessie, Rafinha, Lewandowski, or Robert Lewandowski if you're Thomas Muller, and Gavi.
Yeah, really good team.
Expect team. Kessie is the interesting one. I suppose they're moving Gavi to the wings to replace the Dembele kind of mess of putting Kessie in there.
Being a bit more defensive as well. I really rate Kessie.
Not had the best of times. That's why I'm surprised he's starting, because he's not had the best of Barca game time.
Yep. And Manchester United have gone for David De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, which I'm not surprised, is a bit more defensive. Varane, Shaw, Malacia, Casemiro, Fred, Sancho, Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and Weghorst. So nothing surprising there. I did wonder if he was going to start Rashford up top instead of Weghorst.
But he obviously thinks the way of Barcelona tie putting Palestri or Garnacho on the wings might not be the greatest decision from the start at the Nou Camp.
Yeah, 100%. I'm happy with the teams. It should be a really good game. I've been looking forward to this one since the draw. It's weird to see these two teams this draw in a Europa League.
Don't want to be here, but we're here.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to it. So it should be a good game. Let us know what you think in the chat. What do you think the scores are going to be? I'm going to go 1-1 in the first leg. I think it's going to be close because Barcelona are really good defensively and so are we. So I don't think it's going to be a thrashing either way. So I think it's going to be really close. I'm going to go 1-1. What do you think, Boom? Boom, you're muted. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. Boom's just on the phone. He'll be back in a second. I'm going to go 1-1. Let us know what you think in the chat. And it should be a good game. We are 10 minutes away from kickoff. A strange time for this. I thought it would be like an 8 o'clock kickoff, but it's not. It's a quarter to 6 kickoff. So we're 10 minutes away from kickoff. Full Nou Camp, as Boom says. It should be an interesting night. We've also obviously got some other games on tonight, which we will also keeping you up to date. So we've got Ajax versus Union Berlin, Salzburg versus Roma, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Rennes, Bayer Leverkusen versus Monaco is later on tonight, and Juventus Nentos is later on tonight as well. So there's quite a few Europa League games on late kickoff, but we won't be covering them because we.
Yeah, but I had a phone call I needed to answer.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what do you think the score's going to be, Boom?
My prediction is 2-2. That's what I predicted in the United app.
Cool. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be close. I'm going to go 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw. We also got some other big games, other games on tonight as well. I was just saying. So the early kickoffs as well. We've got Ajax versus Union Berlin, Salzburg versus Roma, Shakhtar Donetsk versus Rennes. So they're the games.
We've got interesting games later, which will be interesting to score. Sevilla, PSG, Sporting, Midtjylland, Leverkusen, Monaco is an interesting game.
Yeah, I think that Bayer Leverkusen Monaco is going to be a cracking game. Monaco actually just coming off a win against PSG as well, so they're going to be on high spirits.
We also got Florentina versus Braga today in the Conference League.
Yes. So, as I say, just under 10 minutes to kick off. Let us know what you think in chat.
Another a story that came out today. Did anyone hear Harry Redknapp wants the Leeds job? He wants to come out of retirement.
Ooh, Harry Redknapp back in the Prem.
He tells Leeds he wants the job.
Yep, bargain, boom those deals. Did you see, before we went live, did you see reports from Qatar the last hour or so?
Qatar wants to. They basically fully confirmed now that they're going to bid tomorrow.
Yeah, this Qatar journalists have took over Twitter in the last hour.
If we didn't need proof that they were going to bid, that was the proof that they're going to bid.
That's very clever though from their point. Obviously, we're going to be talked about tonight anyway because it's such a big game, and to come out just before this game as a PR stunt is very clever to do it just before we play Barca, which is our biggest game in the season probably. So I think that's really good
at.
So it should be an interesting one on Barca. The
translation is that it's simple steps to take over United, more so than they basically confirmed that they were going to buy Liverpool, but Liverpool wanted to only give them 49%.
Yeah.
On Barca, quite interesting because we saw that Liverpool report like a while ago, and we didn't know it was true because it disappeared very quickly. So that was that journalist confirming that Liverpool was correct, but FSG only wants to sell 49%.
Yeah, that probably drives down the bargaining from FSG. Now that's out there that they want to only sell from another buyer. That drives down the any price they can get.
Yeah, because it means he's not looking at the full sale; he's only looking at partial.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, on Barca, Xavi's doing well though, isn't he? From start of the season where he was still adjusting to the job a little bit. He didn't start to hit the form, but now he's playing really well. So it should be really interesting, and I'm looking forward to this game. Who do you think?
History puts this tie in favor of Barcelona. They've won four. They've won each of the last 4 times we played them in these competitions. Europe competitions.
Yeah, we have just generally against Spanish opposition, we haven't got a very good record. We
know your opinions of Qatar, Chris. You've said it many times. I even know your opinion on referees yesterday with the Dortmund result.
Yep.
Got a nice rant about referees at the end of yesterday's watch-along.
Yep, they are questionable at the moment.
For example, referees also cost us in this competition. We shouldn't be playing this game.
Yep. Yeah.
But handball decision is the reason why Martinez is double jeopardy in a way, because we shouldn't have got that penalty conceded against us, and Martinez should not have been booked for it.
Yep. I think Shaw's a good replay. He's been playing good it's a test for him today. He's been playing good at.
But the whole thing of this game should not have happened.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because he's been playing well when he's played at left side centre back. Obviously, Aaron Maguire's not seen as
this is
the backup option now.
This is the tougher of the two games because the new camp, like Barcelona's home, they've been quite impressive at the new camp.
Yeah, I think if we can get a draw at the new camp going to Old Trafford, we'll be okay.
We need to try and get a result to bring back to Old Trafford, and even like I said to Chris yesterday with Dortmund, even if it's only 1-0 Barcelona, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
going in just like one goal down into the next leg.
Yeah, as I say, two really good defensive teams. I don't think it's going to be a riot. I don't think they're going to spank us 4-0, and I don't think we're going to spank them 4-0. I think because
I think both sides would be okay with just going 1-0, taking the tie 1-0 in one leg, and just like, oh, we can come back.
Yeah, exactly. So it will be interesting. Let us know in the chat what you think of the game. What other games are you watching tonight? Are you watching any of the other games? Keep us updated if you see anything you want us to talk about. No podcast tonight because of this watch along and other commitments. So no podcast tonight this week, but we're going to be talking about football, how we do this. So if there's anything you want to talk about, put it in chat. How we wait, Chris? Is there any Boom? Is there anything you want to start with? How we wait?
No, just in this competition, it's always difficult. These type of games are always difficult. Another thing, Barcelona and Manchester United have faced each other 13 times in all competitions, with Barcelona winning 6 times and Man United winning 3 times, and 4 times have been draws.
Yes, it's going to be interesting. Do you think the winner of this wins the competition?
I think they have to be favourites, the winner of this, to go on to
obviously Arsenal are still in there as well.
Yeah.
Ajax, but Ajax struggling recently.
Although with Arsenal, they've started to struggle. It's very much so when people are saying that like Arsenal fans shot it down and stuff, but like very much so with someone I was been listening to that Arsenal, the month of February is very much the month where Arsenal start slipping up in every single season. There's just something about the month of February where Arsenal just kind of dip a bit.
Yeah, Lazio, Juventus, I don't think are winning it. They've been not having a great season at all. Sevilla, you can never write Sevilla off in this competition. They love a Europa League win. It's their thing. So,
but at the moment, this is a very poor Sevilla side in their league perspective. Sporting. The other thing about this Sevilla, it's not exactly the Sevilla that we.
Yeah, Sporting aren't as good as they were last year.
Although Sevilla have to really win this competition to stay in Europe because they're not.
Yeah, Roma, Jose, can he do better? Can he win another European competition?
They won the Conference League last year.
Yeah, exactly.
First man to do it.
Can he step it up into the Europa League? I think Lewandowski. I'm afraid of him. I think he's still the best striker.
That is Robert Lewandowski to you, sir.
Yeah, I think
I'm bringing up Thomas Muller's joke that he likes to do. A bit of a hug from Xavi and Ten Hag.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. Also, Frankie de Jong. There's a story on its own.
Next week he'll be in Manchester, so we finally got him there.
After all summer chasing him last year. Ten Hag said that he's looking forward to seeing him again.
Probably to do a Casemiro on him.
I saw a few people on Twitter saying Martinez should go heavy on him after the
should just do
wasting our time. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Casemiro or Fred to do that at some point in this year.
Yeah, I don't. He's been
Casemiro,
playing okay. But
Varane and Casemiro might just see themselves in the white kit and just go, we're Real Madrid, and just clobber one of the Barca players out of them. I'm just saying. I'd watch them. We're both on that right-hand side. One of them's going to just forget the Man United, look down, it's like, oh, I'm wearing white, I'm Real Madrid. Bam! Punch one of the Barca players.
Can we get the odds on that in the chat? Sorry, Football Nation doesn't condone betting.
Unless we get sponsored. What?
Yeah, unless we get sponsored. But if you've not checked us out this week, we have had content after content this week, haven't we, Boom?
Yeah,
we are
it's been pushing out.
Smashing that content out. We've got. Do you want to talk about your new series that's back?
The series that came back, good weekend, bad weekend. It's coming back again for next week. We're trying to be consistent with that, where we talk about teams that had bad weeks. Mainly PSG, they'll still be there.
Yep,
they've had a bad week. They're probably going to have a bad weekend again after this result against. They're in a bad stick at PSG.
Yeah, they're not great. And I had Boom on this week for my halftime analysis, talking about Real Madrid, his second team. So make sure you check those both out. I also did a video on.
So I don't condone it. I said it may happen, Chris.
I also did a video on Southampton and who can be the next manager at Southampton.
It was going to be Jesse Marsh, but then that just.
Yeah, that's collapsed. Apparently, they've had him in their shortlist for years, but apparently the players didn't think it was ambitious enough. So a club at the bottom of the Premier League are complaining to the board that the appointment's
didn't agree on contract terms of length.
Yeah, but apparently some of the players are saying it wasn't ambitious enough. We're bottom of the league, but we don't find you more ambitious. You need to be more ambitious. Could it be Pochettino? Could he go back there? We spoke about that. I talked about Mr. Sam Allardyce. That wouldn't be ambitious. Sam Allardyce. So one stream to the next there. So that'd be interesting to see who goes there. So
we have kicked off here at the Camp Nou.
Yep. Obviously, you expect Barcelona to have the majority of the ball in this game. They are
a possession-based
team.
They're a possession passing based.
But straightaway attack here. Ooh, nearly a straightaway attack there. Caught a cross into the box, but he didn't quite.
Bruno crossing the box to Fred, but Fred just can't. Fred made the run to get it, but just can't quite get there in time for when the cross goes into the nip. Oh, there's Frankie.
One player I wish we because he's played quite well in the last few games. I wish we had Sabitzer today. He would have been a big help. But obviously,
yeah, but he got suspended from Bayern Munich.
Yeah, so obviously he's not available from being suspended from Bayern. So, but Fred is a player that he's been playing alright, but in a game like this, he worries me.
Weghorst is playing as a number 10 again.
Interesting.
Rashford is actually playing in the middle. And Bruno is the right winger. By the way.
Fair enough.
So he's very much doing what he did in the second half against Leeds.
It worked then. So he is a giant, isn't he?
They go out.
So it's foul.
So I'll be interested to see that. Bruno is playing as the right winger, Weghorst as the number 10, and Rashford playing as striker to start this game.
It makes sense. Rashford's just in such immense form out of this season. It's mental. How many goals has... I haven't watched Barcelona that much this season. How many goals is Lewandowski on for the season?
Apparently 23.
Very close then to Rashford. I think they must be on a similar amount then for the season so far.
Yeah, he's on 23 goals, Lewandowski, whereas Rashford's on 21 in all competitions.
Mm.
So they are similarly close in goal scoring.
Yeah.
Whereas Lewandowski played a striker for most of that, whereas Rashford has moved from left to striker. He's swapped. And right wing. He's played all around the front three, Mr. Rashford.
Yeah. He's a versatile player, isn't he?
Whereas
Barca
Mr.
got the
Robert
ball.
only thinks about one thing, the ball in the back of the net.
Barca got the ball back here.
There's going to be a lot of that. I think both sides are just going to be giving the ball away to each other because both sides want possession.
Yeah, Ten Hag loves possession as well, doesn't he?
Ten Hag loves possession, but Xavi and his team have worked with a lot of possession and stuff. Because
But
the whole
this
idea,
in it.
as Ten Hag said with the Cruyff kind of style, if you have the ball, the other team can't score or do anything as long as you have the ball.
Exactly.
And that's his philosophy, and that's the philosophy of Barcelona. Is just as long as you have the ball and pass it between yourselves, the opposition won't get a chance.
I'm worried about Gavi and Pedri as well today. They've been sublime.
I'm more worried about Gavi, but he is playing slightly out of position. I know he has played there, but he's not. He's more effective as a midfielder, in my opinion, Gavi. As a winger, but he's still a very talented player.
Very talented player. Just to think, with the talent they've got coming through, there's talk they could sell, because of financial issues, they could sell Fatty this summer.
He hasn't really worked out too much for Xavi.
So that'll be interesting to see where he goes if they sell him on.
Newcastle there's a lot of rumours for dancing Fatty to Newcastle for a while.
I've heard a lot of rumours of Premier League clubs in general. He's a great player.
I know United were monitoring it.
We don't really need that type of player. We need an out and out.
But it's more like we have scouts monitoring every contract situations, or
we don't really need a winger.
So really. Austin and Liverpool are monitoring it, and I don't think either of us need.
We bought
talented kid, but I don't think it's a position fully. Probably be more like once you get your striker and stuff that you actually want, just nice to have. Get the business you want to do that you need first, and then if he's still there, you'd be like, it's nice to have.
Saying that, it could be a Qatar marquee signing if they want to go that route. I hope if they do buy us, they don't go down that route of what they've tried at PSG and just buying Galacticos, because it
looks like they're trying to do is just if Ten Hag wants investment, they'll give him the investment.
Even with Real Madrid, going back to the Galacticos, they weren't as successful as people think they were. That Galactico team they built, they didn't win the Champions League. They only won a couple of competitions. There's a lot more team that it just didn't really work because it's just loads of stars throwing them together. And so I hope that's not what the Qatars decide to do if they do to get us. Because Ten Hag's really building something here, and we don't want him to start chucking Mbappe's and Neymar's into the situation. I'd take one, but not...
I would take an Mbappe.
I'd take an Mbappe, but I wouldn't take, signing,
I don't think we'll get an Mbappe, but I'd take him. It's got
to be a discussion because he clearly wants to leave PSG because of the league, and whatever people say, they say it's a separate people, but everyone knows
it's not.
It's not. So it's
they can sugarcoat it all they want, but it's the same people.
So if they'd rather sell,
it's like me trying to go into a store. I put on that fake mustache and goggles, go it is not Boom, it is Fred.
It's the same as when they sold Newcastle was sold, and they said it's not Prince, Saudi Prince who owns Newcastle.
No, That's literally the equivalent of you're banned from like a club and you just go in with like the dodgy glasses and mustache. It was not me who has been banned yesterday. It's the other guy.
Such a nice stadium, the new camp. So, somewhere I wanted to go for a long time. I was meant to go there a few seasons back on holiday with some mates, but
I've been to the new.
Yeah.
As a child with my cousins, we went to the new camp before it became before we were ever talking about it being the Spotify new camp.
Oh yes, it is now, isn't it? Yeah, I forget that.
Because they have to sell their soul.
One of those
Mr.
levers.
Robert Lewandowski has shot at David. Big save from. That was right at him, but he had to make the save. A first bite of the cherry from Mr. Robert. So what he'll need to do as the striker.
What do you think the first 10 minutes? I think it's been
it's
been end to end, really. There's been chances for both sides.
Yep. United were creating chances. Barca just now had a few chances in the last minute. But it's come down to the defenses have been solid for the most part.
Yeah. What do you think Xavi has changed the last couple of months to really make this team tick? Actually, you watch a lot of La Liga being a Real Madrid fan.
I think Xavi has just got them working more as like a team and a unit because he has to with the youngsters. Just put a lot of pressure, faith in them, and they've come to help him in the end. Like it was struggling for a bit. You saw that because they weren't quite up to speed.
Yeah.
The youngsters, but they eventually have gotten used to playing week in, week out. And ever since the World Cup, even that stint in Spain for them has quite helped them, Gavi and Pedri. Get used to the game and they've come back like different animals. I think it's mainly just putting faith in Gavi and Pedri to eventually become good, which they have.
Yeah. Definitely.
There has been a goal in one of the other games. Shakhtar Donetsk has taken the lead.
Ooh.
Against Rennes. Dimitro has scored for Shakhtar.
Where are Rennes in the season?
I'm not going to be pronouncing the second name for Mr. Dimitro. Rennes at the moment are 6th in their table. So now the only tie with a goal at the moment is the Shakhtar Donetsk.
Ball's going everywhere here. Ooh. Varane giving Lewandowski a little hug there.
Has to be done.
He's just being nice. He's giving him a little hug.
Being nice. Giving him the old Real Madrid treatment. to the new Barca man. You know?
Yep.
He's like, you weren't used to this. Because this Real Madrid is not the Real Madrid that I played. That you're playing against. I'll give you the welcome. Free kick in a dangerous area for Barcelona. Casemiro doing an unorthodox technique of looking the other way.
Who do we think's taking it?
He's staring directly at the hair, Casemiro. Interesting technique. Barcelona are taking their time with this.
How do you think Marcus Alonso's done since he went to La Liga?
I think he's done all right. Hasn't been the best, hasn't been the worst.
Well,
And over the ball, the free kick.
that was a long wait for that.
A long way for Alonso to go, whoop. That's what I mean. Hasn't been the great, hasn't been the worst. Mr. Alonso.
What does our Chelsea fan Chris in the chat think of Alonso?
Please don't ask him what he thinks of referees at the moment. We're here all day for that.
Yeah, I definitely think he should host a podcast when we get a ref on.
True, because some of those decisions that went against Chelsea were vegetable, like the.
I haven't actually had a chance to check watch the highlights from the game yet.
It was a decision not to give a second yellow to Jude Bellingham, which was probably warranted on the amount of things that he's done. So, and then directly after not giving him the second yellow, he then flicks over the entire Chelsea midfield and gets it to Adeyemi, and Adeyemi scores. So,
what a talent!
It's not exactly from a man that probably should have been off the field with a second yellow. Just to then get the assist is not what you want.
Where do you think he's going to be playing next season?
Jude Bellingham, I personally think he should. If his heart's set on Liverpool, he should wait at Dortmund for another season, because this is not the time to jump to Liverpool. If his heart's set on some other, other place, leave to.
I think they need more than they need to rebuild that whole midfield. I don't know how much they've got to spend.
But that's what I'm saying. He should wait till the fall. If his heart's set on Liverpool, if that's his dream, Jude Bellingham, wait another season. In my opinion,
I kind of want. I'd love if we get him, but I kind
with
of
all the links to Liverpool. I'm saying if his heart is fully set on Liverpool, with all these links keep saying he is, I would wait another season.
Imagine the long-term midfield at Real Madrid if he goes there, though.
Yeah.
Camavinga, Tchouameni, and Bellingham. Oh my god. And then still Toni Kroos and Barca got the ball here. Yeah, and still the midfield depth is mental already. Imagine if they got Bellingham.
Yeah. And they do kind of need a replacement for Modric. He is getting.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to do the magic he's been doing every season for.
I'd love him to come back to Prem and go back to Spurs. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I think he's running out of time for those kind of things at this point for his career.
David clicks.
Yeah, he's definitely running out of time, Mr. Modric. If he is going to go for another challenge.
Yeah.
The man's not getting any younger.
He was starting to hit form. What's that? Yeah, they've got a few injuries of themselves, Barcelona at the moment as well. Both teams have got a few injuries at the moment.
Johnno, what's your opinion on Graham Potter? I know Chelsea. Chris with Chelsea yesterday was very much.
I think,
not happy with Potter and wanted him gone.
I think he needs to be given time. He has come in under a new manager who's got there after a manager who won the Champions League and then got sacked. He's completely different style of football. It's going to take time. Look at Arsenal fans last year. How many Arsenal fans were calling for Arteta out last year? Now, look, they need to give Graham Potter time.
Like I said, Chris is very much the other argument in that spectrum.
He's I think
with 2 wins out of 14.
You saw what he done at Brighton. I know it looks like they've improved now, but Graham Potter made the...
See, my argument with him succeeding at Brighton, though it was Brighton at the time in that team, I still think he started off so well in most seasons, but then dropped off in the end with this Brighton team. Like, his record for Brighton has been a lot of 1-1 draws. If you actually look at most of his results, he loves a 1-1 draw, Mr. Graham Potter. And to be honest, he's carried that form onto Chelsea. He loves a draw at Chelsea now. The man just historically has a lot
if they do sack him, who do you bring in?
Some strong words from our man in the background.
Yeah, if you do sack him, there's I think the obvious one's probably Enrique. Enrique's available. Poch. I think Poch goes back to Spurs in the summer. Because I think Conte's out there, and I think Poch goes back to Spurs. Zidane, yeah. And then there's the old. He's been linked the old Bayern and German manager. What's his name? You know what I mean, Boom. What's his bloody name?
Bayern and German man. Are you talking about Flick or whatever?
Yeah, Flick. I reckon it'd be Flick or Enrique. Personally. I don't know where Zidane's going, if he's going anywhere. He's been really quiet.
At the moment, it's very much what I expected. Barcelona are having the majority of the attacks of this first half. Right now, it was end to end in the first 8 minutes, but now it's just been mostly Barcelona with the possession. When United do win it back, they're unfortunately giving the ball back to Barcelona pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Bruno was not happy with an earlier incident with Fred playing a stupid pass that went straight to a Massa.
Yeah. Corner here, sure.
On the United, but United's record of corners isn't exactly the greatest.
Get it to the big man. Last time I said that, we got it to the small man.
We didn't get it to any man this time.
Yeah, last time we did a watch on, and I said, get it to the big man, get it to Weghorst, and we got it to Martinez.
It was the small man. I was like, no, they got it to the tiny man. No one expected it. Everyone was watching the big man. Sadly, the tiny man isn't here to use that routine again, We don't have a tiny man. About 20 odd minutes, 23 odd minutes gone here. Still 0-0. Barca looking like they're growing more and more into the game. United kind of lost their foot a small bit here.
Yeah, they definitely look like the home team at the moment.
Which is to be expected because they are the home team. Bruno goes down with a challenge from Gavi. Gavi is not happy with the free kick for that. A weird routine that doesn't get to the player that the free kick taker was trying to get it to, and it's gone back to Barcelona for an attack. Rafinha, he'll give it out to the wide. They're going to do a back pass into Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who then Aaron Wan-Bissaka gives it back to Barcelona. Casemiro and Fred both clobbered Pedri there. For no reason other than
Fred worries
funny.
me. Do you think if we did have if he wasn't suspended, do you think we would have started Sabitzer?
I think we would have. I think he's shown enough in the last one that if you put him next to Casemiro, he'd be really good.
I think that's a really good partnership for the future.
We bought Sabitzer to be the Eriksen replacement, and unfortunately he's had to play as the Casemiro replacement because Casemiro got suspended.
Yeah.
So he's not been able to do the Eriksen role.
Well, that is the role he was... At Leipzig, he played more of an Eriksen role.
Yeah, but at the moment he's had to play as the Casemiro.
At Bayern, he has played more that Casemiro role. He's played deeper at Bayern.
Yeah.
Because their midfield options are ridiculous.
I think we bought him for the thing, but he's had to play as the Casemiro role for us.
Have you seen the price that we've been quoted for him in the summer? It's really cheap.
Like 20 million, yeah.
That's a bargain.
A good tackle from Varane there to deny a shot on goal opportunity for Robert Lewandowski.
Yeah, I think personally, I think that's a bargain.
Frankie de Jong gave it to Robert in a good position, but Varane with a nice tackle to deny
especially
Robert Lewandowski.
Especially if we turned down inquiry from like 25 to 30 million for Scott McTominay in the January. So imagine we sell Scott McTominay for like 25 mil and then buy Sabitzer for like 20.
And Wan-Bissaka into the box gets it too. Oh. Sancho with an effort that just goes wide.
Yeah.
Ter Stegen was slightly worried for a second there. That was close from Sancho. It's the first real... It was kind of like a Sancho off Frankie de Jong that kind of just sent that... Yeah, deflected off Frankie de Jong.
What's your thoughts on Wan-Bissaka? I think the last month or so, he's really come on. There's still rumours that we're going to sell him in the summer. I think there's positions we need a lot more than a right back at the moment. If he can continue this form and have both of them, I don't think we need a right back yet.
Yeah.
I think another centre back is more important than to cover to Harry Maguire's going to go. So we need someone to cover Varane on that right-sided centre back. I think that's more important than a right back at this stage. Weghorst? Oh. Imagine the memes. What happened here? Oh. Guess he clobbered him there. Free kick here. Way out. He's just going to pass and go, I think. Oh no, he's going for it. Oh! Fred got clobbered there. Cassie. I think that's why I like Cassie. Yeah, I think for a while Barcelona haven't had that aggression in their team. I think he adds a bit of an aggression that you need.
Yep. So is this if Gavi gets a yellow card, he misses the
Yeah, I
second
saw that.
leg. Jordi Alba has been given a yellow card for dissent.
Yep.
He argued with the ref's decision for a goal kick to United. And got himself booked for it.
Happens here.
Frankie goes in hard on Bruno then.
I think it's the angle there. I don't think it's as bad as Bruno's. I'm making out.
No, I
it
did
is.
go in hard, but like the ball already left, which is why it's the follow through that goes in hard. But what I'm saying, it is a hard tackle. It's just unfortunate follow through. It's the same thing as what happened with one of the Chelsea players yesterday getting booked. It's just a follow through and like the take. I'm with like the keeper thing that they gave a penalty against Ederson for Arsenal.
Very close.
It was just a follow through from Ederson.
Very close. It's 5 attempts each at the moment.
But it's like it was just a follow through from Ederson that brought like that fouled like the Arsenal player, and not really his fault for that. But it's the same kind of dealio with that challenge. There, it's just a unfortunate follow through. Rashford tries to get it back into Varane, gets cleared though. Casemiro does manage to get in there to get his Varane getting clobbered there.
Yep. Yes. If you weren't here earlier, guys, make sure you check out some of the content we've done this week. We have smashed content out every day this week. We've had a Champions League review, Europa League review, good weekend, bad weekend with Boom, a Southampton video with me on the next potential manager for Southampton, half-time analysis where I had Boom on this week. We have smashed content out for you in the Football Nation this week. There's a lot more to come because What is our saying, Boom?
Oh, Rashford. That's not our saying, but Rashford had a good shot. But our saying is your home for all things football. That's what we are. But a good shot from Rashford there.
Anything from League to the Premier League to the Bundesliga to MLS. We've got you covered.
I even
on
took the
Football
opportunity
Nation.
to mention the Irish League in the good weekend, bad weekend.
Yes. So we have got you covered. Maybe even a bit of Scandinavian football.
Who knows?
So yes, only place for all your football fix is the Football Nation podcast.
For anyone that wasn't here and wanted an update of the scores, the only European game with a goal at the moment is the one at Shakhtar Donetsk, where Shakhtar is 1-0 up. Every other fixture is a 0-0 at the moment. So if you want goals, you should have been watching Shaq, though.
I apologise for the light there. My mum turned the light off for like one random second. That's why my screen went really dark for like 1 second. Don't ask me why she did that.
It happens. For those, like I said yesterday, for those who want a bit of update on women's football, international women's football at the moment, Italy women are drawing 1-1 with Belgium women. And the Swedish women are 3-0 up against the Chinese women.
Is that are they friendlies or are they
and they're friendlies, but some are like friendly cups. They just get them ready for like
because the World Cup,
the women's World Cup is in the summer.
I'm sure we're going to do some content on that as well, Boo.
I'm gonna have to. The Irish women are in there for the first time.
Maybe some. We done well on the World Cup watch-alongs. Maybe we do it again for the Women's World Cup in this summer.
Yeah, it would be pretty good. As you know, USA, Galway's team, the USA, are usually the ones that do quite well in the World Cups for the women's game.
They're better than the men's USA team.
Exactly.
Do you think on the men's USA team, Jesse March has obviously turned down going to Southampton now? Do you think the rumours
I think it's written in the stars that one day he gets that. He was trying to assemble the USA national team slowly but surely with his lead squad. They just stopped him before he could do it.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. I think that'd be a good job for him next.
Yeah, I think we should do some.
I understand why Southampton went for him though, because I know it didn't really work out at Leeds, but it's that RB Salzburg Leipzig system. That is, and I said it in my video. Make sure you check it out. And I was saying that obviously they had Hasenhüttl before they drunk something and made that last appointment. I don't know what they were thinking. He thought he was bloody Jose Mourinho.
He's the best. What do you mean? He's the best manager that plays this type of football around Europe. Can't find anyone better, Johnno.
He's a lunatic.
There's no one better than him.
Yeah,
Jordi Alba, quiet down. You've already been booked.
Do we think that is the worst appointment in Premier League history? That was something on Twitter the other day.
It has to be up there. Jordi Alba is having a moan at the referee. He's got to be careful. He's already been booked for an argument.
He's literally only been successful at one club though. He failed at Stoke in the Championship. So how he got a call from Southampton, I have no idea. He must have the best.
He's only been good at Luton.
Yeah,
he can only work with Luton.
Yeah, he was at Luton, did well, then went to got the Stoke job, got sacked, and then went back to Luton, and somehow got the Southampton job. Don't ask me how. His agent, he must have like the best agent in the world. I think he's got the same agent as the striker at Bayern Munich.
Choupo-Moting.
Yeah.
You heard it here first. Nathan Jones, next manager of PSG. Yeah, but some interesting teams in the Women's World Cup, to be fair.
Yeah. I enjoyed watching some of the games in the when England won the Euros last. I enjoyed that. So I'd definitely be up for doing something like that.
Ireland's in the group with the hosts, Australia.
Do you want to go through the groups?
On the women's group, you have Group A, New Zealand, Norway, Philippines, Switzerland.
Yep.
Group B, Australia, one of the hosts because it's Australia, New Zealand. Doing it together, we have Australia, Canada, Nigeria, and Ireland in Group B. Group C, Costa Rica, Japan, Spain, Zambia.
Ooh.
Group D is England's group. You have England, Denmark, and China.
You should be getting out of that, especially being the European champions.
Yep. Group E is the USA, the Netherlands, and Vietnam. So the Americans are going back to Nam. Against Vietnam.
That's going to be a feisty game.
Yep. Group F is Brazil, France, and Jamaica. Group G, Argentina, Italy, South Africa, and Sweden.
Come on, South Africa.
The South African women representing strong in there.
Come on.
Group H, Colombia, Germany, South Korea, and Morocco.
You heard it here first. Both my countries, South Africa, England, in the final.
The Women's World Cup. Forget you.
Substitution here for Barcelona early.
There's a lot more investment
Pedri.
than there's a lot more focus in the women's game.
Pedri's coming off.
Has to be an injury.
Surely. Who's come on?
Sergio
Sergio Roberto. Yeah, that's got to be an injury.
It's an injury. It's an injury. Someone's typed that online. I was going to say that 100% has to be an injury.
That's a big miss for them.
That's a big loss depending on how bad that would be.
Interesting to see if it's bad enough to keep him out with the second leg or if it's just a knock.
Could be honest, because they also got to keep in mind that Gabby's walking the tightrope for yellow cards. So he's gonna not clobber anyone, Gabby.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'd worry about them creativity if they lose Gabby as well.
Yeah, for like if he gets suspended for the next leg as well, it's kind of.
If anyone online can find out what the injury is, let us know.
Varane has been booked.
It was always going to happen. He's playing Barcelona. It was always going to happen.
I was saying the Real Madrid. He decided to clobber Gabby. He was like, "Gabby, you're not going to clobber me. I'm going to clobber you." That's what the Varane did. Real Madrid. I did tell you one of them's going to look at their shirt and go like, "We're Real Madrid." Bam.
Yeah. I was thinking about it actually with this rumours from Qatar as well. The last few years, we've built a really tight relationship with Real Madrid. I think that's about to crumble because the Qatar and Real Madrid do not get on.
Yes.
They hate each other. All about this Neymar situation. So, and the Paris Saint-Germain and Real Madrid hate each other. So it's going to be really interesting. I think, well, we could have a really tight relationship with PSG. Rumours they don't even like the league, the Qatar. So they'll probably use PSG as a feeder club.
That's what PSG are worried about.
And
PSG are worried that they'll focus more on United than them.
Oh, it's obvious they're going to.
An update of scores. It is now 2-0 to Shakhtar.
Ooh. Up the Shakhtar.
If you came for goals, what are you doing? You should have been looking at Shakhtar. And also in the Conference League, there's an update. Fiorentina has taken the lead against Braga.
Ooh. It's probably quite a good game, Fiorentina Braga.
And the Belgian women have taken the lead against the Italian women. They're 2-1 to the Belgians.
Come on, the Belgian. I still don't like Italy. Even though I work in an Italian and I'm an Italian chef, I don't like Italy.
I wonder why. Wonder why the Englishman is not a fan of the Italians.
Yeah, even though I work at Pizza Express as a chef, I don't like it. I don't like the Italians. It's okay though, because our owner's Chinese.
In the other games, it's halftime between Ajax and Union Berlin. That is 0-0.
Who's the Ajax manager now? It's an ex-player, isn't it?
And not officially a manager. He's kind of like the caretaker manager at this point. They haven't hired an exact new manager yet. It's also halftime between Salzburg and Roma. That is also 0-0.
I'm guessing it's been a while now, so I'm guessing Ajax are waiting until the end of the season.
Yeah.
Because the manager they sacked was had an interview with Leeds as well, didn't he? But he's turned them down. Which, by what he done at Ajax, I'm surprised Leeds went in for him. He was shocking at Ajax. I don't know where he was before that. But
yeah, but he was the under 18s manager, and then they just gave him the Ajax stint.
Oh, is that where he came from?
Yeah, that's where the current Ajax guy was. Was the under 18s manager.
Oh, the guy there now. I thought you meant the guy they sacked.
No, the guy there now.
Yeah, where did the guy they sacked him come from?
He used to be around in many different.
Dude, I want to say Belgium. I want to say Club Brugge. Am I wrong?
I will get you that information now. He did come from Club Brugge.
Football knowledge.
He used to be Ajax assistant manager before, then went to Hoffenheim as a manager, then went to Barca as their assistant manager, then to Club Brugge as the manager, then to Ajax.
Anyone who rejects Leeds, though, has respect in my book.
He was the assistant manager for Ronald Koeman at Barcelona.
Fair enough. half time here.
Halftime 0-0. Not many chances for both, to be fair. Both sides should have and probably could have taken the lead.
Yeah,
Should have. Weghorst should have had a goal at one point. And Lewandowski should have had the goal, but like he allowed Varane a chance to get that last-ditch tackle in there. So both side strikers should have had a goal, but haven't. Big blow for Barcelona is the losing
Gavi.
of Pedri.
Pedri, yeah, not Gavi, sorry.
They could lose Gavi if he picks up a yellow card at any point, but Pedri out and Sergio Roberto is not exactly a like-for-like replacement Sergio Roberto.
Yeah.
He's a decent all-around player, Sergio Roberto, but he's not a Pedri type man. He's more of a defensive-minded midfielder, so you would assume they'd push Frankie up a bit.
Yeah.
It's been very much the best-rated players is Jordi Alba and David De Gea. Barca have had 62% of the possession. Both teams have had 7 shots. Barca with 2 on target to United's 3 on target. So fairly even stats-wise. As I'll run up the other halftime scores, like I said, Ajax Union Berlin 0-0, Barcelona Man United 0-0, RB Salzburg 0, Roma 0, Shakhtar the next 2, Rennes 0. Rennes have a mountain to climb in that tie.
Yes.
Bodo Glimt 0, Lech Poznan 0, Qarabag 0, Genk 0, Braga 0, Fiorentina 1, and Trabzonspor 0, Basel 0. The Chinese women have got one back in the women's game.
Interesting.
3-1 in that game. And hello, Zach. I see you there.
Yep.
With your yo. I was just reading out the score time, so it was did not get to you. How are you, Zach? What is your opinion on the games?
Hey, Champions League or Europa League all time? I'm not really sure what you mean there, mate.
Explain the question in small English to I dumb streamer.
Welcome to the Football Nation, your home of all things football. This is our third watch-along of the week, my first. Boom's hat-trick of watch-alongs.
Exactly.
We've had watch-alongs coming out of our ears, videos coming out of our ears. No podcast this week.
We did the 2 Champions League days, and now this year Thursday night football day, which is arguably, in my humble, not biased at all, the greatest European competition, the Europa League.
And we've got a podcast next week. Very, very special guest. He's been on the old podcast before when it was RTL Football Podcast, but I can't give the name away. But yes, that's going to be a really good podcast. I'm looking forward to that one. And yes.
With some cracking games of the watch-alongs this week with Bayern Munich absolutely destroying a weak PSG performance. 1-0. It could have been more goals if Bayern Munich were actually more themselves, but it was like PSG were all over the place. And Milan toppling Antonio Conte and sending him back to the hospital to rest.
Do you think he rushed back too quickly?
I think he might have. I think he rushed back thinking, I need to be there for they just beat Man City. I need to be back for them. We're building something. And then he saw like 2 performances after that. I was like, I need to go back. As I'm saying, he needs to just go. That's what he's doing now. He needs to just go on holiday for a week, you know?
He just needs to resign from Spurs and all his health problems will be fixed.
He needs to do what they do on like FM. Just click. Go on holiday.
Yeah, he just needs to resign from Spurs. So Spurs just gives you mental health problems. This gives you it's being a Spurs manager is hurtful for your health.
We don't. That's Dr. Johnno. And then we had like the other games of Benfica getting a nice 2-0 cushion for their second leg against Club Brugge. Like I said, that game was very much a defensive performance that just more clinical from Benfica.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Club Brugge have a good defense, but they don't really have like the ability to blow a game away. They have the ability to score one, and that's about it. And plus, I'm not sure the man you want to lead out against an informed Benfica is Scott Parker, but that's a different story. And then we had the game Dortmund 1, Chelsea 0. Another away defeat for Chelsea. That's 9 away defeats for them. And 9 wins for Dortmund. Well, 9 undefeated for Dortmund anyway. But it was a very interesting game. A lot of yellow cards for Dortmund in that game. Questionable whether some should have been sent off. I know Chris believes that a lot of them should have been sent off in that, because there was at one point, a very similar scrap to the one that Casemiro got sent off in the middle of, in that Dortmund-Chelsea game, where no one got sent off in said scrap.
I will be back in 1 sec. I just need to do something, and then I will be back in like literally 1 second. Boom.
One, he lied. But yeah, games are... Pedri has gone off with some sort of pulled some sort of muscle. I'll think the attendance is 90,225 at the Camp Nou. So big attendance. Big attendance. Honestly, for me, I would have taken 0-0 at halftime. Not the best, not the worst. Ter Stegen made 3 saves in that half. He faced 3 shots. He had 3 long balls that he chugged over, and it has a 100% pass accuracy. It's a Ter Stegen.
I was just having to send someone something.
That was over 20 seconds ago.
Sorry, I had to send one of our team members something.
I don't appreciate lies of 1 second. Unacceptable.
Getting more content out there. Some short content coming out tonight.
Unacceptable.
So keep an eye on that YouTube Shorts and TikToks. More content tonight. So, yeah, I'm happy for the first half. It's it'll be an interesting second half. I'll take a draw. I said 1-1. You said 2-2, didn't you? What do people in chat think it's going to be? I think they're both really good defensively, so I don't think it's going to be any of the teams are going to score.
I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to grab some food.
2 or 3 goals, but it's going to be close, I think, going into the second half. Yes. Let us know what you think in the chat. Fiorentina. So half-time scores. Europa League Barcelona versus Manchester United 0-0. Ajax versus Union Berlin 0-0. Fiorentina in the Europa Conference League have a 1-0 lead. Salzburg 0, Roma 0. Shakhtar Donetsk 2, Rennes 0. So yes, interesting games going on at the moment. In the other, all the other Conference League games are currently 0-0. Sweden women are 3-1 up against China in the women's international friendlies. So, yes, we have got you covered tonight with all the results, all the goals as they go in. And yes, so I don't think we're going to make any. I don't think either team will make many changes at half time. I think come I think we might make some changes at like 55th, 60th minute. I don't think we're going to make any changes straight away. Unless I think the next change will probably be Giannaccio for us coming on, probably Weghorst going off. We haven't got many changes we can do because of injuries. Barcelona are in a very similar situation, so it'll be interesting to see what happens the second half, but I think it's going to be a draw. Let us know what you think in chat. Seeing if there's any other football news around. Nothing that shouts out at the moment. Boom will be back with us. The players are coming back now. Running in, so we will get started soon with the second half. See if any changes are happening. I don't think they are. I think it's the same teams going out. So, second half about to kick off. Barca kick off. Barca playing it around the back at the moment. Back to Stegen. Barca on the attack here. Intercepted by Luke Shaw. Barca win the ball back. Barcelona with a cross into the box, and the defender gets there first. There's an incident in the box here. Don't think it's anything. David De Gea with the goal kick. Wan-Bissaka gives the ball away. Pass and move here by Barcelona into the box. Deflected. Shot over. Just wide that from Rafinha. Barca on the attack again. United win the ball back. United on the counter potentially. Playing through the middle. Wan-Bissaka. Still Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's really high here. Wan-Bissaka with the cross. Ooh. Just wide by Jadon Sancho. Barca with the ball. Yeah, I agree. I think he just took that on the wrong foot. I think it fell to him on the wrong foot there. And it's a goal for Barcelona, and it's Alonso to make it 1-0 Barcelona. Marcos Alonso makes it 1-0. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Just lost his dad recently, who played for Barca, so it's a bit of an emotional time. I didn't know his dad played for Barca either. Fair enough. Rest in peace. Oh, fair enough. Wan-Bissaka. Finds Malacia. Jadon Sancho. Malacia. Jadon Sancho. Casemiro with a shot. Way over the bar.
I am back.
Missed a goal.
No, it's a Rashford goal. No, I know. I saw this one.
Yeah, Rashford. He's on fire, isn't he? Did you see the Barca goal as well?
I saw it pop up on my phone because I was talking to my dad who just came back. He was out. That's why I was more delayed because my dad came back. So I was just
Fair enough. Yeah, so 1-1. Said it's going to be a draw. Rashford.
Your prediction at the moment?
It is. I just 22 goals now for Rashford in all competitions. He is on. What has Ten Hag done to Marcus Rashford?
I don't know.
He's on fire.
Your defense is terrified, Rashford. Game started to kick off. We finally have a game on our hands. It was a bit cagey beforehand. We do finally have a bit of a game. And the other games around the world, it's 4-1 now to the Swedish women.
What happened there? Ouch.
What happened there? Ouch.
Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka's played well tonight. He's been playing very high.
The Belgian women did manage to beat the Italian women 2-1.
Nice.
Johnno's happy there.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I know you're. your hate against the Italians.
It's not like
I have nothing against the Italians. We share the same flag scheme. Just you pick different colours.
it's not like I work in an Italian at all.
A red card to Braga in the Fiorentina Braga game.
No, probably gifts it to Fiorentina now. Is it still 1-0?
It's still 1-0 to Fiorentina. Braga have a VAR gave a red card to a Braga player. And Rennes have pulled one back against Shakhtar. It's now 2-1 in that game.
Ooh, very interesting.
Brings that tie back in the chance of Rennes.
Come on. Free kick here outside of the box. Doesn't come to anything.
Comes to a corner.
Passes it out short
Whips it in.
into the box.
It's cleared.
Barca win the ball back into the box.
But both goals kind of came from a bit of like bad goalkeeping for the save. Both keepers probably should have saved both goals that went in on either side.
Yeah, I think David De Gea could have saved that as well, yeah.
David De Gea could have saved it, and I very much think Ter Stegen could have saved Rashford's shot.
Just went through his legs, yeah. He is on fire, though.
He is on goals going fire, but like you'd have to blame Ter Stegen more so for conceding that kind of shot.
I really like our white kit this season. I refused to buy it because of the Glazers, but when the Qatars take over, I might buy it. There has been a goal.
You shouldn't be spoiling yourself here, Johnno.
My phone spoiled it, sorry.
There it is right there. It's a goal!
And it is an own goal.
Casemiro.
So
this is actually the first time these two players...
Koundé own goal. One football saying it's a Koundé own goal.
Yeah. It's been changed to an own goal. It was given as Casemiro first, and then changed to an own goal. You know?
Yeah. This could be huge.
Because if it touches Casemiro, it's offside.
Yeah. That's poor by Koundé.
VAR will have a look at this because if it touches Casemiro, it's off.
That is poor by Koundé.
If it's in the Barca score, then it's my prediction of 2-2 for me.
Indeed.
The goal has been confirmed. VAR did not see anything wrong, so therefore it didn't touch Casemiro.
Yeah, what I saw is poor by Koundé there.
Kunde, yes. Who has been in quite good form, Kunde, before this game.
Yeah, it was even the best defenders happen. It happens to the best of defenders.
I mean, it happened to Varane against Leeds at Old Trafford. Unfortunately, he didn't do it on Ned. But Rashford is actually joins Cole and York for the only players that have scored for United at the Camp Nou.
Ooh,
Against Barcelona.
That's mental.
It's only Cole and York has done that against Barca at the Camp Nou.
Fair enough. Before
Rashford scored. Casemiro tried to get onto that list, but you know.
Wan-Bissaka? I've been impressed with Wan-Bissaka today.
Yeah, United are trying to go for it now.
I'd say I've been impressed with Wan-Bissaka.
Also got to keep in mind this is not our strongest team this is the strongest team that we have currently available, but like we have a few suspensions and injuries coming into this.
Yeah. I think except for Martinez, it's our strongest defensive backline. If you want a defensive backline.
It's not our strongest attack because you would say Martial would be this because he does slightly a bit more than Weghorst.
He's had his moments today, Weghorst.
Yeah, but
not.
I still think Martial adds a little bit more. Just the problem with Martial is that he's made of paper. You can easily rip.
That's our problem. We could have used two strikers in January because we got Weghorst in to back up Martial, and then Martial predictably got injured again.
Yeah. He has the same problem that Eric Bailly had for us. You know, Eric Bailly used to have 2 good games and then just broke his legs.
Yeah. It's a shame because I really like Anthony Martial, but
it's the same thing. I loved Eric Bailly when he played for us. He was quite good when we seen him, but then he broke his legs every time.
Yeah.
Near the end of a match.
Exactly. Yeah, I think you move him on. We'll probably have to buy maybe experienced striker and then a young striker in the summer to move him on as well. Because you can't keep relying on him. I think it's time to move him on. What striker would you go for?
There has been a goal in the other game. Union Berlin has taken the lead.
Ooh.
Against Ajax.
Interesting.
Union Berlin have taken the lead. It's more joy for the Union Berlin fairy tale.
On the break here, Rashford took down. He's asking for a pen.
Asking for a penalty.
It's nothing. Nothing's come of it. He dived.
I think Rashford was trying to say that was last man that checked him. You know.
Yeah, it's like
he hasn't given it. I could.
I'd actually go, obviously, of Casemiro and Martinez as well, but I'd say our best signing this season was that South African attacking coach who's worked with Rashford this season. He's done wonders.
He's given a free kick to Barcelona. That is... You have to... That's the exact same foul that he didn't give to Rashford for the penalty. And he's given that as a free kick, by the way. To Barcelona. That's the questionable bit. If you don't give it to Rashford for going down, and then you give it to...
Yeah. And I didn't think Rashford was. Yeah, yeah.
You didn't give it to Rashford, but you gave it to Gavi. It's the exact same type of foul.
It's very inconsistent.
But it's literally the exact same. If one's a foul, the other one has to be, and then you're talking about that would have to be.
Yeah. VAR is shocking, isn't it?
Casemiro, I can't believe it because he's like, it shouldn't be a thing. One was one, the other one shouldn't be. He's now bucked Ten Hag for complaining about it.
But why?
He's bucked Ten Hag for complaining that if one's a foul, the other one has to be. That's what Ten Hag's is giving out to the ref for. If one's a foul, the other one has to be.
He's right though. I don't understand why he's booked Ten Hag for that.
And he's booked Casemiro too. What? Very questionable referees. Very much, I would put this to Chris yesterday with the Dortmund referee. This is very. I'm feeling very much the same as you did, Chris, at that moment with this referee currently.
Ansu Fati coming on for Alonso. And Kessie's come off as well.
I'm feeling the ref kind of thing that you were feeling yesterday, Chris.
Alaba.
I'm going to be outside waiting for this ref, you know.
Well, they've made quite a few changes, Barca.
Yeah, Kessie's out. Fati's on. A lot of attacking changes.
They at least want a draw, though, from their home leg.
You need to. You need to not lose your home games. That's what it. To go through and knockout ties, you need to not lose your home games.
Just our record at Old Trafford this year is really good. They do not want to come to Old Trafford down. Robert Lewandowski.
Trabzonspor taking the lead against Basel in the Conference League.
Ooh. Over the bar.
Lewandowski over the bar. Rashford is still extremely peeved off at the decision.
I don't blame him.
I see he has a case of fact if one's a foul, the other one has to be.
Exactly. I don't understand.
Like I understand where you were coming from originally, that it was not a foul originally, but then if you give the other one,
yeah, no, exactly. I didn't think the original one was a foul, and if that's not given, you don't give the other one either, which I don't. Yeah. Fred's got some freaky stuff going on with his head.
The goal for Union Berlin did get ruled out, by the way.
Okay.
VAR said no, sadly. So Ajax are not in turmoil just yet. I need to check this ref's bank account. We know how Barca are with the referees. As Chelsea fans will know too about the dodgy Barcelona.
Yeah.
They've had their fair share of Barca refs over the years.
Oh, it's 2-0 Fiorentina now.
Yes, that has just happened just this minute. Second, no. Luka Jovic scored for Fiorentina. Decent player. I mean, Ferguson never paid the refs. Chris. Whether people in the back pay, Ferguson never. Keep Ferguson out of this. I'm talking about Barcelona are known to be dodgy with that. For United, we were just a dominant team, so people favoured that they get slightly different. People didn't want to deal with the personality of giving the decision against United. Slightly different to paying people shadily. One, you're just terrified of getting decked by someone, and the other one, you just get a nice bit of up in your bank.
Don't want to be decked by Roy Keane.
Exactly.
What is your in European competitions? What is the worst decision you've ever seen?
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
I know my one.
What's
Mine
your
is
one? You tell me.
mine's the red card for Nani against Real Madrid when Jose was the manager, and we lost in the away goal. But it was that red card that just wasn't a red card. Even Jose came out and said it wasn't a red card.
Mine was the one on the Ollie, the first leg of PSG, that player that he eventually got karma that he gave up the pen in the second leg, but he should have. But he should have very much been sent off, the PSG player, in that first leg that we lost 2-0.
Yeah. What about people in chat? What's the worst European decision you've ever seen?
Fred's out run here. He's been pulled down by Gavi. Gavi's been booked.
So
Gavi's suspended.
Gavi misses the next leg, and Pedro is currently in. We don't know how bad it is, but Pedro went off injured. So this could be bad news for Barca.
Okay. Pedro went off injured. Gavi has now got himself suspended.
That was stupid by Gavi.
That's why I was brought up the referees in Barca here, Chris, because I know you as Chelsea fans have had fair share of Barca, like the 5 penalties the Barca should have succeeded against. That's what I'm saying. You've had your fair share of Barca decisions. Oh, well,
that was stupid by Gavi.
It was a stupid thing by Gavi. He should have let the other player that was closing in to take that foul. You know, should have let someone else take the foul.
Yeah. Xavi has picked up Pep's hand movements. That. It's basically what he did. He released his inner Pep there.
Yep. Gavi is very, very foolish from Gavi, especially when Pedri goes off injured. That was always the concern I highlighted to you, Johnno, in the first half. The Gavi potential to get suspended was always a worry from a Barca perspective, because Gavi's been so integral to Barca's build-up play and
so is Pedri.
And chances created, that without the two of them, it's going to be depending on how much Pedri is injured for. If they're both out for the second leg, very dangerous situation for Barca.
Yeah, I don't know where your creativity comes from with what's the name injured as well. The winger
Dembele and Busquets also being injured.
Yeah, I don't know where your creativity comes from. It's only really Fatty.
Mm.
And Rafinha's not been great for them, is he? He's not been the same player as he was at Leeds. Do you think he made the wrong decision? Because obviously there are a lot of clubs wanted him in the summer, but Barca, Arsenal, Chelsea, Spurs. Do you think he made the wrong decision?
Casemiro's done a bad pass here. Barcelona on the attack, across into the box, and it's been a goal. It's 2-2.
Yep, and that is Robert Levin. No, it's Rafinha.
Rafinha, it's a bad pass from
Robert
Lewandowski back up the goal.
So it is now your prediction of 2-2.
That was Casemiro's fault for the Lewandowski goal. A bad pass from Casemiro that allowed Barcelona to go on the attack.
Through Varane's legs as well. I was literally just saying Rafinha's not been great for them. Yeah, what do you think it is with Rafinha? Do you think he chose the wrong club?
Lewandowski didn't get a touch on it and it's been given to Rafinha. It's been taken off Robert. Malacia has to shoot there. He can't be passing it. Malacia was clean one-on-one and tried to pass it back to Weghorst.
I like him. He still needs to improve, though, under Shaw.
He needs to be taking shots like in the position that he was in there. And the other game's quarterback is taking a 1-0 lead against Gink.
Bad giveaway there from Barca. Will we use it? No, we won't. Kunde nearly cost him there. Hope he's doing it again. Poor by Kunde there. Another poor pass by Barca. And some of Barca's passing hasn't been up to the scratch of Barca tonight. They've had some what you normally expect from Barca. They have had some dodgy passes.
But they haven't been clinical. Fiorentina have gone 3-0 up. Against Braga. Braga now 3-0 down.
Yep.
David has to pull off a scooping save.
Rafinha with the corner. Frankie de Jong is going to take it into the box.
David
Cleared
punches.
by David De Gea punches. He loves punching the ball out.
Yeah, Fred will get there. Fred's been Grab down to the ground. We don't get a free kick for it though. Barca come back with it, and they take a shot that goes wide. Garnacho coming on for Sancho. The former Atletico Madrid academy player on against Barcelona.
Mm.
Can Garnacho produce something like he has done in the previous games? He's usually always produced one chance at least. Garnacho at his pace.
Yeah,
Can
definitely.
he do it again? Torres has come on for Rafinha.
I wonder if we're going to make some changes here. Not much we can do.
We've done our most one, which was like the
He's not really worked out at Barca, is he?
who?
Torres.
No, not really. It's kind of just in the background.
Mm.
Give a free kick against Casemiro. Casemiro is completely. Casemiro is completely like, why the hell is that a free kick?
Clear that.
Handball shouts from the Barca players on Fred. There might be a penalty decision for Barcelona. They will go back to check that. That was a. If they go and look at it, It does get headed onto the hand of Fred.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a handball.
Roberto heads it to the hand of Fred. If someone does look at it, they would have given it, but I'm not.
Yeah, I think we got away there.
Mm.
I think that's a decision. That's a decision they should have got, and a decision we should have got with the against that when they got the free kick when 1 for 1, 1 for the other.
Oh, he's doing the pep twice. Job, he's doing his own twice. I mean, I do think, Chris, that there was a shout for handball if the VAR checked it. VAR didn't check it.
Yeah, we both said it's handball.
There was a shout there for handball, and I would have not been upset if the ref did give it, but like VAR didn't check it. Oh, the save from David. It's Barcelona have gotten to the ascendancy in the last 2 minutes. We're a bit all over the place at the moment defensively. From a United perspective in these last 3 minutes. Bad decision to pass there, Rashford. To Rashford, Bruno.
So the 87th minute here. Will we get a winning goal for the first leg? Barca. Intercepted by United. United on the break. Marcus.
Rashford, yeah.
Pass it to Weghorst. No, Garnacho. Weghorst is deep, isn't he? He's only got into the box now.
Back to Garnacho. To Fred. Fred gives it to Casemiro. Casemiro will whip it into Rashford, doesn't get it. Garnacho gets it back.
Garnacho
Malacia takes it back.
Malacia.
Malacia tries to run into the box. They want it back. They chuck it out.
United win back possession. Sixteen shots to 16 target total attempts 16 to 16. So it's been really close. I think if it stays as it is, United will definitely be the better, be the happier team with the draw.
Wouldn't be happier with the second goal they conceded to make it 2-2, but
I think they would take a point more than Barcelona at the home leg.
they would take a point in the beginning
leg.
of the game. But the thing, but as it went over, you'd be like, the way the game is played out, Ten Hag would be slightly disappointed with just a point. No, it wasn't a pen, Chris, but I'm saying they gave a foul as a free kick for the same exact thing. And that's what I'm saying. If you give a foul for the free kick, then the other one was a foul too. And that's what we're going on about, Chris. It's not that we think both of them weren't fouls. Both of them were not fouls. That was not a pen to Rashford, and it was not a foul for the on Gavi. Both of them were not fouls. But if one is given as a foul, as in the free kick was, then you'd have to say the other one is then a foul.
Exactly.
But I think both of them shouldn't have been fouls. It is 4-0 to Fiorentina now since my last update.
They're running riot.
RB Salzburg have taken the lead against Roma.
Oh,
1-0
won't be.
To Salzburg.
Jose won't be happy. Poor Jose.
4 minutes of added time here. We've had the goals that we've.
You see that? He kept it in. You see that by Wan-Bissaka?
Yeah.
It was like trapped in his feet. He jumped with it and kept it in. That's quite cool.
Full time 0-0 with the Union Berlin and Ajax. And full time 2-1 to Shakhtar Donetsk against Rennes.
Just wide by Ansu Fati there. He's been lively since he come on. Yeah, Ansu Fati's been quite lively since he's come on. Someone with
as it
his
is now,
height,
I predicted to.
Someone with his height, he should have caught that lob. He lost the ball from that lob to him when he had a free run. Weghorst should have been able to catch that. There's the difference in defence again. I can't believe the difference in defence this year. Like the players go up to each other and tap each other on the back when they.
We have the second leg at the Old Trafford crowd. Old Trafford atmosphere could definitely help us in this tie.
There's a topic on the Old Trafford crowd. I sent it to you earlier. You've seen the potential plans of free options from the new owners for the stadium. What's your thoughts? So I'll talk them through first. The first one is the extension on the south on the stand nearest the railway station. I think that's the least likely. It's the cheapest and easiest, but they'd have to sort out with the train station, which they've had problems with trying to sort that out before and not had permission to move the train track. Or it's option B, which is what I like, is the building on top of Old Trafford. Building it into a more modern stadium. Or option C is we stay at Old Trafford and they build a new stadium next door. How we're building it, we stay at Old Trafford and then they convert the Old Trafford into a youth and women's football facilities venue.
Yeah, that's pretty good plans. I think all of them could work in their own right. I prefer B and C. of those
Yeah, I
options.
agree.
But it's full time here, 2-2 between the thing. 2 goals. So we take a point to the second leg. From a United perspective, very good result in that perspective. As the game went on, probably we're disappointed at a 2-2. But I would take a 2-2 before that. I predicted 2-2.
I think both teams are happy with a draw. You got the prediction right. So
In the other games, we had 0-0 Ajax Union Berlin, 1-0 to RB Salzburg versus Roma, 2-1 to Shakhtar Donetsk versus Rennes, and we had in 0-0 between Bodo Glimt and Posen in the Conference League, 1-0 to Karabag in their game, 4-0 to Fiorentina, and 1-0 Trappistol versus Basel.
yeah, before we go, did you want to predict the late kickoff? So we won't be here for the late kickoffs tonight, but did you want to predict the late
I
kickoffs?
think I'm going to go a draw between Bayern Leverkusen and Monaco.
I'm gonna go Monaco. Oh, no, I'm gonna go 2-2. Actually, yeah.
I'm going to go a 2-1 win to Juventus against Nantes.
I'm gonna go for a surprise. Juventus aren't doing well. I'm gonna go Nantes 2-1 against Juventus.
I'm actually going to predict Sevilla to win 2-1 against PSV.
Yeah, I think 2-0 Sevilla, and Lazio. I think Lazio win comfortably.
Sporting, I think they're going to win comfortably against Midtjylland. I predict 2-0.
I'm gonna go 1-1 in that game.
Sheriff versus Partizan, interesting game. I actually think it could be like 2-1-2.
Yeah, I don't think Sporting are as good as they were last year, so I'm going to go 1-1 in that game.
Yeah,
So,
Lazio are going to comfortably win that 2-0, and then Anderlecht, I think, will win their game against Ludogorets.
Yep, I agree. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you check out all the rest of the content we've released this week. As I say, no podcast tonight because of the watch along and some other stuff I've got going on. But cheers for coming in. Hope you enjoyed the watch along, and we will see you for the next one. This has been the Football Nation, your home of all things football. Where can we find you, Boom?
At Crazy Boom __ on both Twitter and Twitch, and Boompool on YouTube, and here for all the watch alongs and other content that comes out.
Yep. And you know where you can find me, Johnno.tv everywhere, and at the Football Nation podcast. So, see you all later.